Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. ROASTS Tamra Judge's mom roasts her amid recovery. ROASTS star Tamra Judge's mother, Sandy, is roasting the 57-year-old amid her recovery from a handful of plastic surgery procedures. She recently underwent a brow lift, CO2 laser, and a blue chemical peel, which has left her physical appearance quite frightening. So what did Sandy have to say to her daughter after seeing her face immediately after? It was not the kindest. Tamra Judge just underwent more cosmetic procedures. She has already had a nose job, facelift, and several breast jobs. These have included removing and putting back in her implants. Now the mother of four has opted for a very interesting and color-changing procedure that has left her looking like Shrek. Fans have had a lot to say about what she did, which included a brow lift, CO2 laser, and a blue chemical peel. It was the latter that left Tamra's appearance quite frightening, her face chapped, puffy, and a shade of blue-green. Followers have watched the progress of Tamra as she recovers, and they are baffled by what she has done. They do not understand why she cannot age gracefully. Then there is Tamra's mother, Sandy, who has been featured on ROASTS for years. She has had a facelift, like her daughter, but still took the time to roast her while she heals from the 3 recent procedures. Tamra took to Instagram to show a text exchange between herself and Sandy. Sandy texted her daughter to tell her that her face makes her want to throw up. Additionally, she shared one of her friends had called to ask if Tamra Judge had been in a motorcycle accident. So what did followers think of this roast? Genuinely, LOL, love your mom. Mom ain't never lied. I'm glad she said rather than us. I thought you were sharing internet troll masks until you said mom. She is hysterical. Deaf you're her daughter. It was not enough for Tamra Judge's mother to comment, but then the ROASTS star shared a birthday message from her eldest child, Ryan. He texted her for the big day, September 2nd, to send love and ask how she was doing. However, after sending a progress pic, Ryan proceeded to say he was happy she survived the fire. Finally, a few days have passed, and it appears that Tamra is doing better. Moreover, those who have been through something similar say she will love the results. It is still interesting to watch the progress, but she is being very transparent. Tamra Judge was never one to back down from a fight, not in her personal life, not on the Real Housewives of Orange County, and certainly not when it came to her family. After her return to the hit show, she'd weathered enough storms to earn the title of Queen of Comebacks. But as the cameras rolled on her recovery after a grueling surgery, no one, not even Tamra, could have predicted the shade coming from her own mother. It started out as a quiet afternoon. Tamra was still recovering from a recent surgery. Her doctors had advised her to take it easy. But Tamra was never one to sit still. The couch, soft and inviting as it was, had become her prison, and the sight of the walls closing in on her was starting to drive her mad. She needed distraction, but more than that, she needed some sense of normalcy. Enter Tamra's mom, Sandy Baker. Sandy had always been her daughter's biggest supporter, tough love wrapped in a well-meaning but sharp-tongued package. She was the type to bring over soup for her sick daughter, only to critique how messy the kitchen was or how poorly the living room was organized. It was affection, but with a bite, and Tamra was used to it. But that day, as Sandy breezed through the door with her usual no-nonsense stride, Tamra braced herself for a roast she didn't know she was about to receive. "Hey, sweetie," Sandy called out from the kitchen, placing a casserole dish on the counter. "Thought I'd bring you something homemade since God knows you probably haven't cooked in weeks." Tamra rolled her eyes but smiled. "Thanks, Mom. I appreciate it." Sandy didn't miss a beat, coming into the living room with hands on her hips. You look like hell, Tamra. What happened to your skincare routine? You're starting to look like you belong on The Walking Dead, not the Real Housewives. Tamra laughed, her throat sore from days of minimal conversation. Gee, thanks for that. Just what I needed to hear. Oh, don't get all sensitive on me now, Sandy retorted, flopping down into the chair opposite her daughter. I'm just saying, when was the last time you did something for yourself? And I don't mean another surgery. Tamra shot her a look. I've been recovering, Mom. There's only so much I can do from the couch. Sandy's eyes twinkled with the mischievousness that had always kept Tamra on her toes growing up. Please, recovery's just an excuse to be lazy. Mom. Tamra laughed, though it was more out of disbelief than humor. I literally just had surgery. Do you want me to rip my stitches or something? Sandy shrugged, unfazed. I'm just saying, a little effort wouldn't hurt. You've got cameras in your face half the time, and the other half, you're selling people fitness equipment on social media. People expect Tamra Judge, not some frazzled housewife who looks like she's just crawled out of bed. Tamra shook her head, still amused but growing weary of her mom's sharp jabs. You know, most people bring flowers or something nice when they visit someone who's recovering. Maybe a little sympathy, too. Sandy let out a loud laugh, her eyes crinkling at the edges. Sympathy? You. Please. You wouldn't know what to do with it if it hit you in the face. You've never needed anyone's pity, and you sure as hell don't need it now. Tamra stared at her mom, taking in the words. There was truth there, buried beneath the sarcasm and cheekiness. Sandy wasn't roasting her because she didn't care. She was roasting her because this was how they'd always communicated. Tough love was the language in their household, and it was one Tamra had mastered long ago. But still, the timing couldn't have been worse. I don't need pity, Tamra replied, her tone more serious now. But I could use a little support, maybe. Sandy softened, just a touch. Sweetie, this is me supporting you. You're not the type to sit around and wallow, and I'm not going to let you start now. You ought to know why I'm roasting you. It's because you're stronger than this, stronger than sitting on a couch and letting life pass you by. You'll bounce back like you always do. Tamra sighed, leaning back against the cushions, her body aching from both the surgery and the emotional toll of it all. I know, but it's been tough, Mom. I've been through a lot lately, and it's not just the surgery. Coming back to the show, dealing with all the drama, the business, it's overwhelming. Sandy leaned forward, her face softening further. Listen, I get it. I may not be on TV, but I'm not blind. I see what you go through, and I know it's not easy. But you're not one to give up, and that's why I'm giving you hell, because I know you'll push through it. Tamra smiled, the warmth of her mother's unconventional pep talk sinking in. You have a funny way of showing you care, you know that. Sandy smirked, standing up to head back toward the kitchen. Hey, I raised you, didn't I? You should be thanking me for this tough love. As Sandy disappeared around the corner, Tamra sat there, her thoughts whirling. It was true, her mom's sharp tone had always kept her grounded, no matter how high the drama got. Whether it was a feud with another housewife or the struggles of running her businesses, Sandy had a way of cutting through the noise and reminding Tamra of who she was. And maybe that was exactly what Tamra needed right now. Amid the chaos of her life, between her recovery, the show, and her career, her mom's blunt honesty was a reminder that she was resilient and that no matter what, she'd always come out on top. It wasn't the warm, fuzzy support some people expected, but for Tamra, it was perfect. As the scent of the casserole wafted in from the kitchen, Tamra couldn't help but chuckle to herself. Leave it to her mom to roast her into recovery. And as far as Tamra Judge was concerned, That roast might just be the secret recipe to her comeback.